Hello, this is Shy. Welcome to the Joy of CAD. On this episode of the Civil Basics series, part 3 of 6, we will use a standard version of AutoCAD 2026 to create a contour line or topographical line within our model. In this video, I will cover what is a contour line, how to draw contour lines based on the survey points that we've previously inserted, how to add elevation values to the contour lines. And I'll also provide a few tips for drawing the contour lines. So you might be asking, what is a contour line? Well, a contour line basically is a 2D representation of a 3D landform, like a hill or a valley. If you've ever gone hiking in a national park, you might have used a topographical map that the park provided for their hiking and backpack trails. As a rule, contour lines never split, branch, or cross. However, they can get really, really close together on steep hills, like cliff faces, basically. Think about this. If you were walking along a contour line exactly following the contour line, you would never go up or down. You would stay at the exact same elevation all along the line. So let's go ahead and jump in and draw a contour line within this data set that we have here. As I noted here, we're going to draw the 185-foot elevation line. A couple things before you start. We want to turn off our O-snaps. We don't want to accidentally, it should unshade there. We don't want to accidentally pick on a point or an object within the points that we're going to be drawing these lines. We're also going to use a spline to draw our topo lines. The spline quick key would be SPL. If you notice when we draw these, we'll just draw a little example out here. Notice that as we pick the points, AutoCAD fits the line. Okay. When we draw these topographical lines or contour lines, we want to start and finish. We don't want to stop in the middle of the line. We want to go from start to finish. So whether it starts on one side and goes all the way around to the other side or curls back around, whatever, don't let up until you are finished with the line. Kind of like, put your pencil on the paper. Don't raise your pencil until you've completed the line. Once you've drawn a line, if you need to make some adjustments, you can use the little blue grips to tweak the line's location. So, if you feel like you made a mistake, you can go back and adjust that. You cannot attach multiple splines together. So if you did stop midline, you can't add another spline to this. It just will not behave the same. There is a definitive break between those two, even if you try to use the join command. Okay, so let's get that out of our way. So we're going to scan along one side of our property here, and we're going to look for the 185 elevation. Okay, so we just hit the 185, and these are both over 185. This is under. So we know that our contour line, we're going to start on the edge of the property between the points. We don't want to start out here anywhere. We want to start where we know that we have the data. So we're going to initiate that spline command, SPL. So it's a lot closer to this point here. So it is very subjective. We're going to start the line closer to over here. And again, we're doing this by eye, so not everyone's is going to be exactly the same. There'll be some difference. So we're going to look for the next point that is that 185 would run through. In this case, this 183.7, this is about 1.3 under, and this is about 1 over. So it's going to be roughly near the middle here. Then we're going to look for the next 2 points. These are both over 185, so 185 should not go through there. Both of these points are under 185. So this one's under, this one's over, so it looks like 185 goes right up through here. Notice this is about 2 under, whereas this one is just 0.1 over. So it's going to be real close to this point. Next, we're going to find that looks like this point is really close to 185. This is about nearly 2 under. So we're gonna pick this point here. Next, 185 is greater than both of these. 185 looks like it goes right through here. Again, another really close point. So we're gonna pick real close to here. So yeah, okay, so these are both, that's under. So this is under. So it looks like we make a turn here. So we're gonna pick another point here, close to this. And then we're gonna pick another point close to this. Now we're looking for our next point, 185. So we have, let's see, this is just a little bit over 181. So yeah, that's quite a bit. So we're going to pick here. We'll look for our next point, 185. Between these 2 points, 0.37 comes off just a little bit. Next. So this is over. This is under 183, 186. So now we're going to come out a little bit. So 183, or yeah, so we're going to pick right about in there. Next, 184.8, so really close here. That's, again, 2 over. This is just 1.2 under. And so it looks like we've got our last point. 185 is beyond both of these. We're going to be real close to here. And that would be our first contour line. The next thing we need to do, we need to put a value on this line. And for that, we're going to use multi-line text. Make sure you have your text style set up correctly. We're going to put a value right down here, 185. All right, and something we need to do with this, we need to use a mask. So we're going to add this mask. You want to check use background mask. You want to check use drawing background color. Click OK. That's going to initiate the mask. Next thing we want to do is we want to rotate this. We're going to go ahead and close the editor. We want to rotate this text to match the line angle. So we're going to use the rotate command. I'm going to rotate it. And next we're going to move this into place. Right? Over the text. Now notice, because we use that that background mask, it's hiding the line behind it. We didn't trim this line. If we select this line, notice the line still goes through. We don't want to trim. We never want to trim these splines where our contour values are showing. We want to use that background mask so that you can't see it. If for some reason your line is over top of that, you can adjust this by using the draw order. So if you left click, you can see the draw order. You can bring that to front if for some reason it's hidden behind. For some of the longer contour lines, you're going to need to provide multiple values. And that's it. That is the process. This concludes our session of the Joy of CAD. Happy drafting.